And now the floor is open to questions. If there are.
Was a beautiful message in your first song on the CD, is it on?
It's on Raspberry Jesus.
In the back.
What was the name of the third song?
Love Train.
Love Train.
Love Train. Also on Raspberry Jesus.
And what?
Also on Raspberry Jesus.
Okay.
Jessica, where are you from in Wisconsin?
Oh, no, I'm actually from Northwest Indiana. So it's Cedar Lake, Indiana. It's a small, kind of rural community about 50 minutes south of Chicago.
Have you lived in Wisconsin previously?
No. What have I done in Wisconsin? No, I've been in the Dells. Oh, I've been to the House of the Rock.
Have you ever eaten Wisconsin cheese?
And the Dells, yeah.
Is the movie Home available?
You know what? I think you can. I'm trying to recall where he's represented. I think you can watch it on the gallery's website. This is really fun. They have some great stills of it though online. There's this great still of a lovebird wearing this mask that's made out of a hornet's nest. I know, it's just this really amazing image of this crazy looking pockmarked mask.
I have a question for Joel. You and fortunately some other poets in Chicago and Milwaukee, for me personally, have been a really kind of great example as far as just like kind of the template that I've taken on for like this is how to be a poet aside from just writing and trying to publish poetry. But you kind of do so much in the poetry community as far as you run the band series, which has been a big influence on me, and you editor for Make, and you just kind of have your finger in a lot of more peripheral things than just writing. Wondering if you would just talk a little bit about that, and how that influences your process and your work.
Well, thanks for asking that question. Actually, I moved to Chicago kind of thinking that there would be a community there that I could plug into, and there wasn't. Which was kind of a harsh reality. That was 1997. And I actually stopped writing for quite a while. I was really interested in music as well, and I got into DJing rather accidentally, but took to it, and that kind of became like my creative life for a number of years. And by chance, there was a literary panel at the Art Chicago, which doesn't exist anymore, but it was a major international art festival where galleries came from everywhere. And Rebecca Wolf, who you know very well, asked to stay at my house while she was in town for this panel, and she introduced me to a poet in Chicago. And it was like this door opened, and so we started Danny's out of a conversation because I was just starved for interaction with that world again. And that just kind of snowballed into other people starting to do stuff, and then this magazine coming about. So a lot of it was accidental, but just taking advantage of opportunities when they were right in front of my face, and then putting the work in to make them actually do stuff. As far as my own work, it was a matter of just being around it and being motivated to want to try stuff again. Because I have a really good, I have a tendency to intimidate myself out of action.
Just to follow up with that, because I'm so surprised, I guess Chicago doesn't strike me the way that you're describing how it was in the 90s.
It's very different.
Yeah, just could you talk about the...
Well, when I moved there, I mean, there was a performance poetry scene, which wasn't really my thing. It was, I'm mortified to get behind the microphone. Artistically as well, it's a different art form to me, one I respect, but like not one that I do. So but when I got there, I mean, I would go see readings and everything was very institutional. There would be readings, but it was like this school or the Art Institute, and there was no one was being an ambassador, that's for sure. Not like you are so good at being. So for me, it was very easy to turn off and just be like, I'll go to a reading when one is around, you know. And John Beard, who's a really amazing poet and a good friend, was also in town. We were just like, okay, we'll hang out. And I don't know, but yeah. So I mean, we started Danny's, and within a year there were other non-institutional series popping up, and just suddenly all these people crept out of the woodwork who were amazing talents that I'd never met before, who were really interested in different things, and suddenly there was a reading going on every 12 feet, it seemed like, and there really is, and so I think that's, I'm glad to have been a part of that, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't there before. I'll attest to that.
Any other questions?
I've got a question.
Feel free.
And it's really for anybody who'd like to offer anything, or all of you for that matter. I'm sitting here with my beautiful, talented daughter, who's just about to graduate from the University of Wisconsin in Milwaukee. Just told me I'm driving home in the truck. And she's very talented and has a lot of potential and a lot of interests, and it's just a tough thing for a young person to kind of start in the world of literature and art. And I'm wondering if you had a few things to say to someone who is starting out. What pearl of wisdom would you advise?
Don't let your mom embarrass you.
Even for your dad. This is my father right here.
Don't be afraid to try stuff and go see stuff and immerse yourself in it as much as you can.
Excellent advice. Nice. I just think also don't think you know yourself and your own limits. I think again, trying things that are new, anything would be the last thing you'd ever want to do. It's always really eye-opening, I may never have read in public in my life, but I have forced myself to do things. So no.
I think on that note, I would just add, you have to trust yourself and just keep doing it. If it's something you want to do, keep doing it. If it's meant to be, you'll find your path and your outlet, but you have to commit to doing it. And it is a field where you have to make your own opportunities, so you have to be willing to do that. But I don't know if that helps.
And I would I think we're like, okay, so I'll say what I'm going to say. But I feel like we come full circle here with what I'm about to say. Is that also the community is very important. So if you can have one person to share whatever you're creating with, or more, but one person to say, this is what I'm doing, and for them to share back with you, I think is really important. For me, at least, it pushes me to keep going, gives me that support, or you can come up with ideas. I don't know, like the series, like with
Supporting what's going on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so much to our performers tonight, and thank you to all of you.